Assalamualaikum, I'm Chef Mel Dean, also known as Chef Kebab. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Ajwa by Sook.sg. And in today's episode, I'm also going to show you the different way of cooking using Ajwa dates, right? And in this episode, this recipe is very special because it's so quick, easy, and most importantly, it's delicious and very nutritious. And in the later part of the video, there will be a short sharing or tazkirah by our asatiza. And today's recipe is chicken kebab with Ajwa Chutney. Okay, let's zoom in to the ingredients for the chicken kebab. For the chicken boneless fillet, you can use chicken thigh, chicken breast, or chicken fillet. You just cut about 2 inches like this. And for the marination, you'll be needing the paprika powder, cumin powder, turmeric powder, black pepper, yogurt. I highly recommend it on the Greek yogurt. And for the skewers, you can skewer with red and green capsicum and quartered onion. And you can use this metal skewers, or you use the wooden skewers. If you're using the wooden skewers, make sure you soak it overnight so it won't get burned, right? So first we need to marinate this. Second, let's talk about the Ajwa Chutney. Yes, you heard me, Ajwa Chutney. And this Ajwa, beautiful Ajwa Chutney, right? Normally, we always have Ajwa as in our desserts, in our drink. But as for this, I'm making a spicy chutney. And to balance the sweetness from the Ajwa, we are using, these are the ingredients. We are using the tamarind paste, a bit of ginger, a bit of cumin powder, and of course, I'm using again the paprika powder, and I'm using about a cup of Ajwa dates. You remove the seeds and you can just chop like this, and a bit of water. Okay, I'm adding the paprika powder, followed by the turmeric powder, cumin powder, a bit of black pepper, salt, of course, you need salt, and the rest is yogurt. Okay, and you're gonna add in a bit of the olive oil, and you give a good marination. And this is best if you marinate minimum 1 or 2 hours, or even overnight. Okay, for best results, you marinate this overnight. Okay, and if you want it to be more spicier, all you have to do to add in more of the paprika powder, or you can add in chili powder. As for now, I'm gonna add in more of my olive oil. Okay, and you can wrap this and put inside the fridge. Okay, I'm gonna add more of my chili powder here. Oh, sorry, I should say paprika powder. Okay, this will give extra flavor, and a bit of this. It's all about adjusting. Okay, cooking is all about adjusting up to your own preference. There you go. Okay, so you can just cling wrap this and keep in the fridge for at least 1 or 2 hours, or the best result is overnight. So now time for us to do the skewing. Okay, you just slice this. You just take quartered. Okay, you just cut, not too small. Okay, you do this for also the green capsicum. If you want to use mix with yellow capsicum, you also can do that. Okay, you can do that. Okay. So now it's time for us to skewer the chicken pieces, the kebab, using this metal skewer. But make sure your hands are all clean. You cannot use glove for this, right? And get your family involved, right? So what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna wet your palm with a bit of olive oil, and you have to go through with all the skewers so the chicken meat won't stick together. And this recipe goes well with beef chunks or lamb chunks. So I'm gonna use the red capsicum first, followed by the onion, okay, and the green capsicum. If you want to use yellow capsicum, you can do that. You can put cherry tomato, you can put mushrooms. Okay, then you add in your chicken. And as I mentioned just now, for best result, right, you need to marinate this chicken overnight, or at least minimum for 2 hours. Okay, you do this. That's the reason why you need to do this with your loved ones. Okay, and this is best if you barbecue or you grill it over the charcoal, right? That's the best result. Anything on the charcoal, wow, it's really kapow. Look at that. So we got one here. Okay, we finished with one green capsicum. Okay, so we need to repeat the process for all the skewers. Okay, make sure your pan is hot. You can use a pan, non-stick pan, you can use a griller, or you can even barbecue it, okay? So you just add some olive oil. Okay, for this you do not want to add butter because butter cannot take high heat. It will be burnt, okay? So I just add in a bit of olive oil, and then we can start grilling this. This will take about a good 12 minutes, right? 6 minutes on each side, okay? So there you go. Wow, we are done. Look at that, so beautiful. Okay guys, remember this recipe goes well with chicken, beef, steak, lamb, right? Okay, we are done with this now. For us to cook the Ajwa Chutney, you'll be using a pot. So I'm going to just transfer this over here. Okay. So I'm going to add in the Ajwa dates in. I'm using about 1 cup of Ajwa dates, and I'm adding a bit of the water. Okay, not too much. Okay, we need to boil this for about a good 5 minutes, right? You can increase the heat. Let it boil. You need to soften this. You need to blend this, and I'm gonna add in the ginger. Okay, you don't have to slice thinly because we're gonna blend this after all. Okay, then I'm gonna add in the tamarind paste. Okay, so perfect when you have, you know, sweetness from the Ajwa dates and the tanginess from the tamarind and the spice from the ginger. And speaking of spice, okay, we need to add in the paprika. Okay, I'm using a bit of paprika powder. Okay, there you go. And a bit of cumin powder. Okay, and a bit of salt. Okay, a bit of salt bay, and a bit of black pepper. There you go. Okay, so you just cook this for another a good 2 or 3 minutes. Let it cool, then we're gonna blend this, and this goes well with the chicken kebab. So now you can just transfer this to a blender, and you need to blend this until smooth. Okay, if it's too thick, you can add in a bit of warm water. There you go. So I'm just gonna blend this up. There you go, we are done. Okay, so what we need to do right now, we need to sieve it. Okay, if you can just serve it right away, or if you prefer a smooth consistency, you can just use a sieve like this. Okay, and just go through it. So you get a very nice clear tamarind paste. Now this is best eaten, the chicken kebab with Ajwa Chutney. I'm just gonna pour a bit over the kebab. Yes, there you go. Not too much because a bit spicy, yeah? So if you want more, you can just dip it. There you go. For this episode, I present to you chicken kebab with Ajwa Chutney. Do look out for the sharing by our Asatiza on the benefits of Ajwa. Once again, this is Chef Mel Dean, aka Chef Kapow. Do look out for the next episode of Cooking with Ajwa by Souk.sg. Assalamualaikum. Kapow.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Chef Mel, for that wonderful recipe. Inshallah, in today's short sharing session, we will talk about another benefit of eating dates. In a hadith that is narrated by Imam Muslim rahimahullah ta'ala in his Sahih, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man tasabbaha bi sab'i tamaratin ajwah, lam yadurruhu dhalika al-yawm summun wala sihrun." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Whoever eats 7 ajwa dates in the morning, poison and witchcraft will not harm him on that day." This is a remedy by the best of creation sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, how do we apply this sunnah when we are fasting? We can eat 7 ajwa dates during our sahur. Some ulama even argued that these dates should be the first thing to be eaten before anything else every morning so that we can reap its benefits. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us to practice the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and may He accept all of our deeds. See you again inshallah in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.